Spending 4 hours in a box together every day can make you say crazy things.
I love the smell of men.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
What's the last sitcom you watched? I mean, I didn't even know sitcoms were still a thing.
I mean, not in like reruns. I mean, I watch Raymond, I watch Seinfeld, I watch.
Right, but no, I'm talking about like
The Office.
current issue sitcoms.
I haven't watched current TV in so long. I don't know what happened, but it's kind of like music, I think, what's happened with television. And that is, you reach a certain age and you just keep listening to the same music you listened to in your 20s and 30s. Mm-hmm. Or even maybe your teens. Then there's not that many, unless it's a new, like, Yellowstone, or what do they call those shows? Whatever they call those shows. Yeah,
that's streaming bingeable shows.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm talking about like network TV sitcoms. I mean, I couldn't even tell you what's on network. Well, I could tell you what's on NBC because I do log into Peacock every once in a while, and they push their first run shows first.
Okay.
But it seems like there's a lot of reality that's there, and
I couldn't tell you what's on any
whatever
network.
reason.
Yeah, outside of the news,
marketing machine.
In Judge Judy, is Judge Judy a sitcom? What is that? Is that reality?
No, it's on IMDb now, which is now called Freevee, Jeremy, on your connected TV. Freevee.
What's Freevee?
She signed a deal with Amazon.
Oh, well, they're still running her old stuff on the CBS stations here, so I watch it there.
The Goldbergs. I had no idea. I see this show every once in a while crop up. It has been on for 10 seasons. 10.
Yeah, Jeff Garland, who we like out of Curb Your Enthusiasm, is on the show, and I almost thought about trying to watch it because I really like him.
He was on the show.
Yeah, he was on the show.
He was on the show.
We talked about this last year, or somewhere in the last year. He got kicked off for being inappropriate and angry.
He left the show. Yeah, he left the show amidst his behavior on the set because there was HR investigations into various allegations about his conduct. Because
how do you go from being on Curb Your Enthusiasm and being that character, who I think he plays himself, right? Jeff Garland, doesn't he play himself on Curb? And then go to some like silly family friendly show called The Goldbergs.
But remember, you brought up Everybody Loves Raymond. He was the produce manager down at the supermarket.
Yeah, him and Frank got into it. Frank, I love Frank.
Yeah. So does my son. So we now know that nacho cheese and Frank Barone are something that you and my son could bond over.
Yeah, we can hang.
Favorite character.
We can hang. Does he like cheese balls? Like cheesy poofs?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what he calls them, too. Cheesy poofs. Yeah. Exactly. God, you guys are all about it, man. The same page. I'm telling you. I wonder if he's going to annoy me when he gets older.
Give it time.
So this is an interesting sell job because the guy that creates the Goldbergs, his name's Chris Bishop. That's his cash cow, right? I mean, he's making money from that. He's got a deal with ABC. He's running the show, and one of the main characters had to leave midway through the season. So what they did to round out the season is they did a lot of body doubles and special effects work to work around the absence of Jeff Garland in hopes that they could figure it out and he can come back for the 10th season. Well, that's not going to happen because Jeff Garland's like, I'm not coming back. And ABC's like, no, he's not coming back. There's too much trouble there. So what they did is they're killing him off before season 10 starts.
Oh, really?
Yes. Now, none of this is really all that interesting, except for the sell job that Chris Bishop gives. And this totally reminds me of whenever our general manager has to have a meeting with us, and she says, I need to talk with you guys, but it's a good thing.
Yeah. It always starts off good and ends bad for some reason.
No, it's never good. She's like, I need to talk to you guys, but it's good news. And it never is good news whenever she says that. She's just doing a sell job to get us walking in there like, oh, okay.
Yeah, what'd you rope us into now? And then she's like, well, here's the thing. You're doing such a great job.
Responsibility.
And I think this is going to be great for you guys. By the way, we brought in a consultant. We're just trying to, freshen things up a little bit. Sure, okay.
This is a good deal. So this is Chris Bishop's cell job. Okay. This is going to be a family that is not reconciled with the fact that their father's gone, but has sort of moved on and has dealt with a lot of that. When it kicks off on September 21st, it is going to feel like a huge reboot for the series after 9 seasons. It's going to be a huge reboot for the season, for the series. So we have tons of momentum rolling into this new season. Tons of momentum. The dad died. And remember Roseanne, when Roseanne made the comeback, and then she said some stuff about somebody who was on Barack Obama's cabinet, and then she got canceled, and then they had to kill her off of the show. Is that show still around?
I believe it is. Yeah, I believe the what is that? It's not called Roseanne anymore. What was their last name?
The O'Connors.
The O'Connors. Yeah, I think it was the O'Connors. Something like that.
That show's still around.
If it isn't around anymore, it was around last year, and then so maybe they finished it off. I don't know.
So you still do traditional TV, so you probably have a lot of exposure to this. And when I say traditional TV, you have like a satellite service.
Cable now. I left satellite.
Oh, cable service.
I got a deal, and I'm selling out now.
Old.
I'm selling out.
Selling out.
Whoever's got the best deal, that's where I'm going.
Did they when you went in for your colonoscopy, they said, "Oh, you still remember cable? Do you want to sign up for cable?"
$29.95 a month. Sign me up. 2-year deal. Okay, I'm in. I'm locked in at $30 a month, and I get more channels than I got with DirecTV. And I'm paying about half. So actually, I'm paying half. Yeah, I'm paying half. But anyways, yeah. So I'm curious how they kill him off. That's what I'm waiting to see. So I guess we'll just. But I don't even watch the show, so I don't know why I care that much. But how do you care off a family character? Does he have a heart attack?
Well, I just don't know how a sitcom sticks around for 10 seasons. That's insane. In this day and age, like back in the day of the Cheers and the Cosby shows and things like that, it made sense,
right.
You know?
Yeah.
But Seinfeld's. But
I don't think you need the audience that you needed back then to carry things on. I think they're okay with much smaller numbers because obviously I don't know anybody who watches this show. But I'm sure somebody listening does. So, anyways, you can weigh in anytime, 805-543-3693.
Yeah, we'll reach out to all our cable subscribers right now.
Spending 4 hours in a box together every day can make you say crazy things.
Don't go crazy.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
I don't root for things to get canceled. But I think there are certain things that need to get canceled because they harbor cancel culture. Top of the list on this is Reddit. Reddit seems to be the place where Karens of the United States reside, and they sit there for hours upon hours. The trolliest of trolls. You got to have a password to get in to talk smack about a business, a person, a celebrity, a thing in order to tear it down. And your little group of people are going to go about that in whatever way, shape, or form that you want to. There's a Reddit thread that is calling into question some bakeries across the United States because they are taking stuff that they buy at Costco and selling it in their bakery. Now, it's a bakery / coffee shop in a lot of instances, or donut shop, if you will. This Costco employee takes to Reddit and says, "A donut shop literally across the street from my Costco sells our muffins for $4 each and our croissants for $3 each. Now, based on my math, there's $7.45 for a pack of 12, so a company could make a significant profit using this strategy."
Well, that's what Costco was built on. But that's what they were built on.
That's what I say.
Yeah, you would go and you would buy stuff cheap because it's wholesale, and you would turn around and you'd make a little bit of a profit on it. And I mean, that was the foundation of Costco.
the infant stages of Costco was not for your fat ass to walk in there with your membership card and go, hey, give me 12 muffins, 6 hot dogs. No, it was for restaurants to buy their food, make their food at the restaurant, and then sell it.
Yeah.
That's why they have high quality stuff at Costco.
But then, people, fat ass people.
For me, I have a family of 4. Okay, 4. There's a good amount of people in my family. From time to time, we'll make the leap and we'll buy the 12 pack of muffins. Do you think we ever finish all 12 muffins, even with me on the inflation war path? You're eating a muffin this morning for breakfast, okay? I mean, that's, you know how many times that has come out of my mouth in the last couple of weeks.
Well, what you have to do when you go to Costco is you have to freeze stuff. You just, like, especially muffins. So you get half of them and you freeze them and then you eat the other half. And then, I don't know, a month later or something, you bring them out of the freezer and then you eat the others. Because otherwise you're never going to get through all of that stuff unless you have a big family.
You can't fault the donut shop across the street for offering a muffin option.
You're going to fault somebody when they're
right?
doing exactly what they should be doing. That's what Costco was based on. The foundation of Costco was to help out the small business. That's where small businesses would go to buy things. Restaurants, grocery stores, mini marts. And then it's become more of a regular, what am I trying to say? A regular person shopping experience in the last decade or two. It's become more of your day-to-day shopper, whatever, household shopper. Sorry, is what I've been trying to say, which is fine. But it's
one
still,
One guy in this thread called out a farmer in Colorado because he was taking the mangoes that he was buying at Costco and selling them at the farmer's market. Is that cross the line? Because he said what tipped him off was the PLU sticker was on the mango.
Yeah.
So that little sticker was the same as the one that he saw at Costco, and he's like, "Wait a minute, I saw that. I bought those mangoes."
Yeah, it is a little misleading to go to a farmer's market and you're like, "Oh, I could have bought these at Costco and paid less." I thought these were local.
But then again, I'm not familiar with the Colorado growing climate, but my guess is that you can't grow too many mangoes in Colorado, right? So you got to have something for the consumers,
right?
Maybe somebody wants to come over here because I got mangoes, and George over there doesn't have mangoes. Man, maybe that'll lead him to buying my Colorado-based farmers' goods. I don't know what they grow in Colorado. No, whatever it is.
I think Reddit is a form of social media, and social media is really hurt everyone in this. Like, it has hurt mankind, not just this country, not just mankind in general. It has given all these people an avenue to just be complete jerks and unnecessarily stir the pot. Remember these people? We call them pot stirrers, and we would deal with these people. And now we can't because they hide behind their keyboards and their passwords on sites like Reddit, Facebook.
Their little Reddit passwords.
Their fake account names and all this other crap. It's ridiculous.
I'm going to tear down Costco because they're a big corporate entity.
Careful. You don't want to learn from this. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.
Hey, Jeff and Jeremy here with the Red Zone Challenge, back for season 15. I can't believe we've been doing it that long. We used to call it Pigskin Picks way back in the day. Became the Red Zone about 10, 12 years ago, somewhere in there. This year brought to you by our friend Fred Bruin. He's a realtor in California. Real estate in real time, that's Fred Bruin. We call him the Central Coast Realtor because he's the man. Also, California Diesel and RV. If it runs on diesel, they're your people. Get over there and see them in Oceano. We're giving away $1,000 cash. We've got a 50-inch TV with soundbar from Coast Electronics. And every week you could win brunch at the Sea Venture. And if you win the Survivor Pool, you get a staycation there. We get a whole weekend for you there, plus brunch. Play now. Go to kzoz.com to sign up. We're getting very close to the tip-off of the regular season. Is that a week from tomorrow? Is it Thursday night? A week from Thursday?
Yeah.
Our first NFL game? Yeah. So.
Yeah, what's very interesting about the Red Zone Challenge this year? Joe from California Diesel and RV, he is an expert on the experts panel, very astute when it comes to football. Fred, who is an expert on the experts panel, Fred Bruin, is very astute when it comes to the world of football. Fred is a Chargers fan. Joe is a Raiders fan.
Oh, nice.
Remember how last season, regular season, ended with the Chargers getting knocked out of playoff contention by the Raiders in that victory on a Sunday night football game, which was the best football game of the season. And guess who opens the schedule against each other in Week 1 in the National Football League? The Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Don't want to say it.
The two most transient teams in the NFL
Yeah.
are going to be facing off against each other, and the experts are going to be picking on the experts panel. So that's good news for you and I, who are also experts on this experts panel, because the good news for that is we have no skin in the game. We could pick who we really think is going to win the game. Those two are locked to their picks.
And it's different.
And that's going to be one of them.
For me, I'm not picking the Seahawks. Like I always pick the Seahawks. I had a lot of faith in Russell Wilson. I lost that last year, and now he's gone. And I will not. This is different. I'm not a homer this year when it comes to the Seahawks. I'll probably be picking against the Seahawks more than I will. Well, I know I will. I'll be picking against the Seahawks more than I'll be picking for them.
Since the Red Zone Challenge features the closest games of the week as determined by Vegas, I'm guessing the Seahawks aren't going to be in a lot of the conversation.
That's a very good point, Jeff. KZOZ.com, you can register. Get your team, and it's free. Just all you do is you pick which team you think is going to win each week, and we reward you with prizes if you do it right. You can also text the word ZONE, ZONE, to the 805-BEER text lines, 805-543-3693, and get ready to play. Week 1 is only a little more than a week away.
Okay, so the SurfNet Communications poll question. Would you be upset if you found out your local bakery was selling Costco muffins? Okay, because I think, listen, if this is a Reddit feed that has upset a lot of people, and it wasn't until it got out into news reports that it caught my attention, because I don't spend any time on Reddit, that, it's got to get under the skin of some people. And I got to say, on the surface, for me, it does. Okay, because I'm like, oh my gosh, my reaction would be, if I was in a bakery and I saw that poppy seed almond muffin sitting there, I'd be like, that's the same muffin that they have at Costco.
Yes.
And I would say, with everything that I see anybody wearing or eating from Costco, oh, you got, or furniture, oh, you got that at Costco, huh? Because That's
your thing. You say it to me all the time, because I only.
But then also, yes, I also appreciate the bakery for making that as an option, because I don't feel like buying 12 of them, because you have to buy 12 of them.
Yeah,
you can't buy one.
So they would be taking them out of the case of 12, and they would be individually probably saran wrapping them and sticking them in a little basket or on a shelf, and then you would buy one as you go. I don't have a problem with this. Mainly because I understand, listen, it is kind of weird to walk into a bakery and buy a muffin that was made somewhere else, when you would think that's the whole point of a bakery. But if that's my only option, then I'm okay with that. At least I have an option to get a muffin. And you know what? Costco does a great job in their bakery. So I know that's going to be a good muffin. I have no issues there. Now, if they're trying to pass it off as our fresh baked muffins, then, that would obviously, be a little bit different. But
in college, I had a job at budget car rental at the Pullman Airport at Washington State University. And as a way of making extra revenue, because they had no concessions at the Pullman Airport, because it was a really small airport.
No concessions.
That may have changed. Is there still no concessions there?
No, there's nothing. There's a vending machine, and you can buy world famous Cougar Gold cheese out of a vending machine there.
Hold up. So does the budget rental car still do their little snack bar? Or no?
I don't know. I don't know if I don't
because part
I've been there.
Probably not, because it was like the brainchild of the manager that was there at the time. They're like, there's no food options here. Let's provide the people at the airport with a food option, and she's probably moved on. But when I worked for her, she had this idea: we'll go buy a bunch of stuff at Costco, and then we'll put a microwave and a refrigerator back in our little cubby area that they give to us, and we will make things for people. So we would have like these little pizzas, they're like, the little personal pizzas, and then we would have the muffins. The muffins were the biggest selling item. Nobody cared when we sold them a muffin for, I think it was like It's probably $3 or $4 when they come to the airport and they got to grab a quick breakfast option, that we were pulling a Costco muffin out of the freezer, putting it in a microwave, warming it up, and putting it on a plate and saying, okay, here you go. That'll be $4. People were thankful for that. That was a different day and age. That was back in the early 2000s. When people weren't like, oh my God, is this from Costco? You're not making it fresh back there? No, because we're a rental car company, dipstick.
Well, and the thing is, this is a one-terminal airport, so we're talking about you walk in,
right?
You check.
Very small.
What was that TV show, Wings, that you used to like? I mean, the airport's smaller than Wings.
It was
very
smaller
similar.
than Nantucket.
You would walk
Nantucket
in.
Airport.
You have one Alaska Airlines counter, and then you sit down, and then you go through security, and you're out. Now they're rebuilding it, and it's going to be bigger. There's going to be 4, so just 2 smaller than slow. But until then, it's
time to fire up the old the microwave.
Snack cart. Yep, get the snack cart going.
There you go. There's your revenue opportunity, Jeremy. So these are your options. I would be upset because why would I buy something for $4 that I could buy for $1.25,
right,
or less? I guess it ends up being less than that. I gotta change that $1.25 on there. That's what Costco was intended for, as a resale. I mean, that's what you would do. You would buy it for cheap, and then you would sell it and make a profit for it. That was, as you pointed out earlier, the reason why Costco opened up for restaurant supply.
Any mini mart, gas station, little sandwich shop you go into, they do the same thing. You go into a shop and you buy these things, and they can't make it all. But I understand the bakery part of it, because it is kind of a bakery. But KZOZ.com.
I was at a restaurant, a very popular restaurant around here, okay, known for their gourmet fare. And I looked back and I saw in their supply room a bunch of First Street branded pastas. Did I freak out because I was like, oh, what? They're not making their pasta back, by scratch? When they serve me a pasta dish here, they're buying it at Smart and Final. Well, how dare they buy it at Smart and Final? I'm going to go on Reddit and talk about how I noticed lasagna noodles back there that were not homemade, but they were made from First Street.
Can't we shut these people down, though, honestly? Shouldn't we be able to just put a stop to this? We have to stand up and speak up and mute these people. We have to shut them down. It's the only way.
We are your avenue for that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. We love all restaurant owners who are out there to try to make a profit. Okay. Because that is what this country is founded on. Having a goal, having something to obtain at the end of the day that can make for a better life for your family. Why would I slight you of that opportunity?
We're here to shut down the keyboard bullies. All right. Your thoughts always welcome. 805-543-3693. Those are the 805 beer lines. You can text in this morning. Don't forget, you can also jump on this poll question right now, KZOZ.com.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.